Okay, kids, since we did the Batwing, we might as well do the Batmobile now, right? This also came in my set of the Flash movie stuff from McFarlane.com, from their store. Oh man, that's just, you know what? I can look at that all day. Like, come on now. From the Flash movie, the Batmobile, the 1989 Batmobile. We're gonna see, it looks like the 1989 Batmobile, even though the costume that Michael Keaton wears in this one is a little bit different than the 89 Batman. We'll see how the movie goes. You can see on the other side a little bit more of a package shot with the action feature of putting people in the cars. So let's open up this box. As you can see, I have not opened it yet. So let me take all this stuff out and come right back. Okay, oh my goodness. This is a little much to take in. This thing is huge, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Just the detail on the tires with the bat symbol, the detail on the back with the lights, the jet engine, the classic spoiler on the back. The guns don't pop up like the Batman Returns Batmobile, but you can see the detailing on the sides. It's pretty light. The bottom is pretty simple, pretty standard, very flat, with some details. But here's where it gets good. I'm like looking at this thing. I'm looking at the canopy, right? I'm like, how does this thing open? Now I know how it's supposed to open. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try and open it like the old Batmobile, like the old one from 1989 that I had. Well, that one had the open. The Batman Returns one, if you recall, the Batman Returns Batmobile was the one that was more screen accurate. The Batman Batmobile had the open seats. But I'm like, okay, well, how's this supposed to open? And lo and behold, you lift it up slightly, and yes, it slides forward, just like the movie. The canopy's a little bit different shade than the back. I don't remember it being like that in the movie, but maybe in the Flash movie it is. And then once again, just like the Batwing, you've got all these controls on the inside that are all painted with details and stuff. Pretty cool control panel there. The original Batmobile. Now, if you recall, the Batmobile from Batman Returns, you're able to sit two people in there, right? This one does not sit two people. This one obviously has one chair in there. So let's try and get Batman in here. See how he gets in. The McFarlane figures, they eventually get in, but you gotta work them a little bit. And this one's not going in that nicely, especially with one hand. I'm sure if I had two hands, let me go put them in and come back instead of trying to struggle this with one hand. Okay, so Batman's officially in there. It required two hands to get him in because the McFarlane figures are a little bit stiff at the joints, especially at the waist joints. So you can see Batman sits in there pretty nicely, gives him enough room. Obviously only room for one person, not for two. So that's, you know, it is what it is. Most of the Batmobiles have always been for one Batman, not Batman and whoever else, except for that first one from the 89 movie. But this one definitely fits one in there. I'm going to take him out, give you some size comparisons again with the NECA version. He's a little bit smaller. He goes in a lot easier, but you can see still only room for one person. A little bit more room in there, though, with him, as he's a little bit smaller figure. This SH Figure Arts figure, he's a lot smaller. He'll be able to fit in there, but still, I don't think you'll be able to get two people in there. And then, of course, the Mattel figure, same deal, that he's probably a more bigger figure. Only one goes in there. So let's line them up. Give me 1 second, and we'll be right back. So once again, you can see scale-wise, I feel like the McFarlane figure might be okay on this one. Might be a little tall. The NECA one feels... The NECA and the Mattel ones probably feel the best. The SH Figure Arts on this one feels way too small for this Batmobile, at least. But you can see here that the McFarlane one, get rid of him. Kind of look at those three. I feel like the NECA and the Mattel ones are scaled properly. There are quite a few pictures of Batman standing next to the Batmobile here. You've seen the classic one where he's right there in the front usually. That's usually the view that you see with him and the Batmobile. The Batmobile is a massive toy. But I absolutely love it. This is absolutely outstanding. So, as always, I would highly suggest this one on the Batwing. I think you can take or leave, depending on if you like that Spin Master version a little bit better. But this Batmobile, I think as we're seeing, everybody wants it. And there's for good reason why, because it is a pretty sweet representation of the Batman Batmobile from 1989. So if you can get your hands on it, I would suggest you do. So there you go. So as always, right on, Ride Warriors.